I have my doctorate degree and I've been training for over a decade, so I'm going to explain whether or not you should actually have a cheat day. Cheat days are more popular than ever and everyone in this industry seems to be doing them. The reason why people have cheat days is obviously because they think they're beneficial, because why would someone do something that isn't beneficial? The argument as to why cheat days are beneficial is because it allegedly can satisfy cravings and make the calorie deficit and weight loss journey more sustainable. While this sounds like a great idea on paper, I'm going to explain why this is absolute bogus, why you should never ever have a cheat day and what you should do instead. Cheat days are absolutely terrible for you if you are trying to lose weight. If you are trying to lose weight, cut, or shred down, and you are having a cheat day once a week, that is literally the worst thing you can do. Most people refer to cheat days as eating whatever the fuck they want. Now, the problem with doing this is that if you eat whatever the fuck you want in a day, that can easily get up to 5,000 plus calories. Now, 3,500 calories is the equivalent of 1 pound. And generally, you want to aim to lose about a pound a week. So that means, say you nail your calorie intake perfectly for 6 days of the week, which honestly most people don't do, that would put you in a minus 3,000 calorie deficit. You'd be close to losing a pound if you follow through on that 7th day. The problem is, if you eat 5,000 calories, that's likely going to put you in at least a plus 2,500 calorie surplus. So you just turned that minus 3,000 calorie deficit into a minus 500 calorie deficit, and you need a minus 3,500 calorie deficit to lose a pound a week. So if you got in the cycle, it would take you 6 or 7 weeks to lose that pound as opposed to just losing a pound a week. Nobody wants to lose a pound of fat every 7 weeks. People want to see results fast, and cheat days are the worst thing you can do to get results fast. What's even worse is that most people aren't going to get into the minus 300 calorie deficit. They're not going to hit 6 days of eating perfectly, and that plus 5,000 calorie surplus could even be higher at a plus 7,000 or 8,000 calorie surplus. A lot of people are oh, 5,000 calories is so much, bro. It's impossible to hit. It's really not. You're in college, you wake up, you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, you're already at 2,500 calories. This is exactly why you should skip breakfast, by the way, especially if you're young in your 20s. Then boom, you go to the bar, you have 10 and 15 drinks. That's 3,500 to 4,000 calories. Then boom, you're drunk, you come back, you binge. That's easily another 1,000 to 2,000 calories. Then boom, you wake up and you weigh 5 pounds heavier and wiped out an entire week's worth of dieting. Furthermore, when people over-restrict during the week and when they eat 6 days in a row, really low calories, all they want to do is binge on their cheat day. So yes, it can easily get up to plus 5,000 calories, which would literally cancel out an entire week's worth of dieting. And if not cancel out, it will really halt their progress. You might still be in a weekly calorie deficit, but it'll be much smaller and will take you so much longer to lose weight. Now, if you really go overboard on a cheat day, not only can it literally wipe out an entire week's worth of dieting, if you're in a smaller calorie deficit, say a minus 200 calorie deficit, for 6 days, that's a minus 1,200 calorie deficit. A cheat day will literally undo all of that plus more and will cause you to actually gain weight. So some people can actually gain weight from that one cheat day of the week. Now, I'm not ignorant enough to admit that there are people out there who are having much smaller cheat days than what I'm describing in this video. If you eat in a plus 300, plus 500 calorie surplus on that cheat day, that's fine. It'll still slow progress, but only by a little bit. It really just won't do that damage, and that's kind of fine. But the way that cheat days are currently described and the cheat days that some of these fitness influencers are pushing out and what a lot of people think of when they hear the word cheat day is an absolute recipe for disaster and can be so many calories. It is terrible for weight loss. You absolutely do not want a cheat day. Keep in mind, a lot of these fitness influencers who are doing those cheat days are literally eating in a calorie deficit weeks in advance to prepare for it, or they're going extremely low in calories for 6 days. These people are getting paid millions to simply look good. The average person is not going to be able to do this. If you're just regularly adding this on every Sunday, you will most likely never lose weight. Dwayne Johnson is actually a great example of this. I know Dwayne Johnson is in great shape, but Dwayne Johnson also has been training for 40 years and has also been taking steroids for 40 years, and yet there has never been a day on planet Earth where Dwayne Johnson has walked around with six-pack abs. If you've taken a look at Dwayne Johnson's physique over the years, he's never ever really had a six-pack, and that's simply because he's never ever been lean enough. The Rock is 13-14% body fat. If he got down to 12 or 10% body fat, so he would have to lose 4 to 6 pounds, he would definitely have a six-pack. But then if you go on The Rock's Instagram, you would see that Dwayne Johnson has a massive cheat day every Sunday. So any calorie deficit that he created during the week gets completely offset by that massive cheat day, and he never ever can lose those last few pounds to actually reveal his abs. So in conclusion, for 95% of people, you should absolutely not be having cheat days. If you're having them once a week, which is what most people do, that'll make it drastically harder to lose weight. In fact, you may actually gain weight from doing that. If you want to have an all-out cheat day, that's fine. If you do it once a month. If you're doing it once a month, it'll set you back a little bit, but you can still get away with it. That would be fine. Even better though, what I would recommend is having one cheat meal a week. This will likely only put you a couple hundred calories above your maintenance, so you can still make super steady weight loss gains while still actually satisfying some cravings. Like guys, some of my best physiques ever were in college. I was absolutely shredded. I was having a cheat day once a week. Like once a week I would go out, eat whatever I wanted to, would get drunk as shit, and that one day alone was enough to cancel out literally my entire week's worth of dieting, and I was super locked in at that time. I've been through the ringer. I'm telling you, cheat days are horrible for you. It just undoes so much progress and can just reverse you so much. Try not to over restrict yourself during the week, and try and still mix in the foods you love during the week while still being in a calorie deficit. That way when the weekend comes, you're not all ravenous, you don't have all these cravings, and then that way you won't stuff your face with as many calories as possible and have this cheat day that you look forward to all week that literally undid your entire week's worth of dieting. Cheat days are just a lazy excuse to eat whatever you want. It's an excuse to get off the grind. It's an excuse to get off your diet. It builds terrible discipline habits. They literally don't do anything good. If you have like one day of the week where you're like plus 200-300 above your maintenance, that's totally fine. But a cheat day, when you're stuffing your face with as many calories as possible, that is literally going to destroy your weight loss, and you will never lose weight, I'm promising you.